I get the feeling that the brightest star in this place tonight could indeed be the one using the brightest flights.
75.
First match dart
Alex,
missed.
you require 124.
And so this, Operation Hail Mary for Alex Small. Unable to find the 1-2-4, so Robinson back for 2-8 to complete a
16.
comprehensive 4-1 win to kick the evening's proceedings off. Double 8 sees him on to 8 points, and Rhys Robinson will win away from tomorrow night's final. He can get the job done in his next match against Scott Taylor. He beats Alex Small by 4 legs to 1 to kick the evening's action off. Next up, it's Mason against Simon. The Whitlock's going head-to-head.
How many players do you know, Henry, who play darts and throw with something heavy on their arm?
108.
Like a watch.
Not many. I mean, I remember Robert Wickwood had that little bracelet, and of course...
Sorry, who?
Right, don't you start.
140.
Mr. Wickwood. And of course, Martin Adams was famed for his jewellery. Oh, hang on a second. Hang on a second.
121.
He tried to thrust it in and he lost the line. And he knows it. It was gaping, wasn't it, Si?
He
135.
will be begging for a 9. Both will be begging for a 9 because there will be a one-upmanship in the fact that they've hit a TV9 darter against one another that will gazump anything else.
55.
Yeah, but Simon missed double 18 for a 9 earlier in the week. You don't get any closer than that.
And of course, Mason has hit one on this stage.
180.
And he's hit a max that in a leg
Simon,
where Simon Whitlock went
145.
5 into the 9 could find himself broken in if he doesn't find the 145. If he cannot find double top for the 145. That is absolutely sensational from Simon Whitlock. Father teaches son a big lesson there. And perhaps there is a little bit of an anomaly, the fact that he hasn't yet played at the Champions Week here. First job's first to get through tonight. And if he takes out this 112, you'll be to within a win of doing exactly that.
He's going to stay on the 60, is he? No, he went for the 54-38 route.
86.
Well, off the maximum, Mason will now have to hit this. Well, that was a really interesting lead from Simon.
Triple 18 would have left the ball to save the match.
56.
Simon Whitlock back for double 13, and this would eliminate Mason Whitlock to all intents and purposes.
Game shot and the match.
And that is a 4-0 victory, and Simon Whitlock in back-to-back nights has beaten his son on the televised stage. 4-0 following a 4-1 win last night. And that now is 3 wins in a row in this group for Simon Whitlock. And that was a really good performance, 93.94. Because there was a couple of performances which actually, when you look at it on paper, don't look too bad. But on the eye, felt a little bit hot on goal. Then he had the 101. And then he had this game towards the end of the night where he played poorly but still won. As Robinson looks at the 110 to get things started. Well, that's some way of putting down a marker to your opponent. Notching a 110 to hold throw. Rhys Robinson 1 up. The 111.33 is the standard bearer for 2026 up to press.
Shots on. Double 16 again. For another 110.
Game shot.
Irresistible. It's as simple as that. And from all of the numbers that we have, that looks like one of the best performances of Rhys Robinson's career. And that might just be a message to everybody here in week 6. He's taken out the person who hadn't even lost. And look at what he did. 109, 100% of the doubles. You can't wish for a better performance than that.
140.
He sets up a match-winning chance at a qualification shot. Now that he gets it,
100. Simon,
hold your breath, Alec.
20.
He's had 1 darter double in this whole game, and that might be all he gets.
Because this might be the moment all is sealed. The fate of Alex Small is sealed, and qualification is sealed for Mrs. Whitlock and Taylor. And he does
Game
so
shot
with a
and the
bit of a
match, Simon
fanfare.
Whitlock.
The Shanghai finish sees Simon Whitlock into Saturday night, and he's going to take Scott Taylor through with him. As for Alex Small, well, he is just playing for pride for the rest of the evening. Well, the Wizard has come out tonight with a point to prove. It was a really good opener, and he improved in his second, an average just under 102. So we now know the 6 players that will be competing tomorrow night here at the Live Lounge in Portsmouth. Reese Robinson, Simon Whitlock and Scott Taylor all through. Alex Small and Mason Whitlock will head for home. Opening leg, but there'll be an expectation that
Mason Newcar,
the man for Bolton crosses the finishing line first. Unless we see a moment of inspiration from Mason. Unless we see the 160 go.
Game shot on the first
and the
leg,
160
Mason
does.
Whitlock.
And that's what he can do. And that's what happens sometimes when the shackles are off.
Second leg is Mason to the very first.
That is the second 160 checkout.
And if he thinks there's a little bit wrong, he'll identify it and he will try and rectify it.
180.
Look at the direct nature of that follow through. What went wrong in the previous visit, he put it right in the next one. That was perfect. As could this be. Double 16.
Game shot on the
That
third
is
leg,
astonishing.
Reece Robinson.
What a great leg from Whitlock to leave 56, and he doesn't get a shot at a double because of that incredible finish from
Fourth leg
double
is
R.
Simon to the very first.
But he needed that
Mark.
just to win the leg, and that felt sugar sweet from Reece Robinson. And that literally is a toe of the hockey. Whitlock here looking at 120 to take us all the way. We've already seen him hit this tonight.
171. Simon Newcar, 120.
And if he doesn't get it, Robinson's back for the match. Double top.
100.
Just underneath. So this
Reece, you require
put
32.
the cap on a 4-2 win. Been a pearl of a
Game shot
contest.
and the match,
And it's
Reece
been won with a
Robinson.
13 darter from Reece Robinson. What a game that was, and a lot of mutual respect between the pair. Simon Whitlock losing that game despite averaging the best part of a ton in it. Reece Robinson just took his chances when they came.
Alex
Anyway.
require 130.
130 for the match. Ball. Just wide.
105.
It's not the worst idea, you know. Have a weekly quiz show with the players who come in, and we test them on the players who have played here.
I think some might do better than others.
58.
Yeah, some people
Alex,
haven't
you
got a
require
clue.
25.
But then there are people who come here and they know a lot.
And some win a lot.
Game shot.
And Alex
the
Small
match,
is one of them. It
Alex
hasn't
Small.
quite happened tonight, but he has got a win on the board. He gets the better with Scott Taylor by 4 legs to 2. And finally, there's that elusive W for the Welsh wildcard. Reece, many congratulations. You've won Group B. Tonight, it felt like from the very first start, business-like from yourself.
Yeah, I really wanted to win the group out. I said I wanted to just get through, but in my head I thought it'd be a great group to win, and some of the players are in here. It'd just be nice to win this one.
Has tonight felt better than last night in terms of performance?
Yeah, performance when I've came off and looked at averages, I've played well, but I still don't feel like I'm playing great. The darts aren't landing right, and it just feels a little bit awkward, but when you put in 109 averages and stuff, it's not bad.
I was going to say, game 2, that was... I mean, we were having a look through the numbers and kind of what we've been crunching and what we got of you. That's about a point or so off your career best in terms of what we can get in recorded data.
Yeah, that's good then, isn't it? I don't often look at averages, but I was looking tonight because I knew it was good. So you want to look when they're good.
I'll tell you what, that last game against Simon, that was a bit of a humdinger, wasn't it?
Heavy scoring there, yeah. 2 big scorers. There might have been a few missed shots here and there, but that was 2 proper players going at it there, and he's a gentleman of the game. It was a pleasure to play him.
And one more to go.
Oh, yeah. No, another one.
And another one. Right, we'll let you go. We'll let you get ready.
Yep.
Reece, thank you so much.
Cheers.
Double 16.
35.
He's been mustered on that 32
Mason, you
tonight,
require 60.
but he offers an olive branch to Whitlock.
No
He
score.
misses double 10 this time, and that might be curtains.
32.
Well, this for the clean sweep. As he said in his interview, another one?
Game
Oh,
shot,
yes,
and the
that's
man,
another
Reece
one, and that's the lot
Robinson.
for Reece Robinson. 4 wins out of 4. The best player tonight of that.
58.
His
Scott,
game
you
against
require
Jess Smith was
83.
Beaver, which was used in a famous film, and I cannot remember the actor that was in it. I think it might have genuinely been someone like a Brad Pitt. It was a big, big name. But this would be a big finish, but this would put him 2 up. Double 9.
Game shot
No
in the second
mistake.
leg, Scott
This is
Taylor.
good. 14-15. Whitlock will head
Simon,
down
you
to the bottom of the
require
board
6.
to reduce the gap back down to 1 again.
Got to go to the left.
3. Scott, you
He
require
keeps missing,
60.
and Taylor now inches closer.
Well, Simon Whitlock 1 from 13 on the double. Scott Taylor 3 from 3 on the outer ring.
Game
And 4 out of
shot,
5
and
is
the
good
match,
enough to
Scott
seal a
Taylor.
comprehensive win. A 4-1 success for Scott Taylor over Simon Whitlock, who got the job that he needed done tonight for Scott Taylor. He finishes second in the group despite the fact he only won 1 game all evening. But he saved his best performance for the very last. Our last game is Alex Small and Mason Whitlock.
Regulation, and all he can do is leave tops.
96. Alec, you require
Advantage
56.
small.
Yeah, his hopes in the hands of this man and hoping that he misses.
Game shot,
And there's no
and the match,
mistake on
Alex
tops.
Small.
Alex Small finished his campaign with something to smile about. For Mason Whitlock, it was all about damage limitation tonight. He did get a win on the boards, but that, unfortunately, was as good as it got for him. Welcome back to the MODUS Super Series, where the night's action in Group B has come to a close. And before the break, we saw Alex Small get the better of Mason Whitlock by 4 legs. It's all kind of done, really, after the first 4 matches. Scott Taylor, Simon Whitlock and Reece Robinson all making their way through. Reece Robinson topping the table. That's because he got a fair few W's tonight. We can confirm that for you now. Robinson at the top of the table, from Scott Taylor in second, and Simon Whitlock in third. So that's how things ended up as far as Group B is concerned.